is less than 2. So x can be any value that is less than 2. So when you graph x is less than 2, you draw a number line, put 2 in the middle of your number line, right? Maybe 2 numbers that are greater than 2, so 3 and 4 to the right, and then 2 numbers that are less than 2 to the left, so 1 and 0. Since x is less than 2, I'm just going to draw a open circle, because remember, if it does not have the or equal to sign on it, the circle should be open and clean on the inside, not colored in. And since x is less, I'm going to point to all the numbers that are less than 2. So my arrow is going to point to the left. Let's try this example. I'm going to graph this. I'm going to draw my number line. I'm going to put -8 and 3/10 on the number line. And to the right, I'm going to draw numbers that are greater than -8 and 3/10. And to the left, numbers that are less. And then I am going to graph -8 and 3/10, because this is my value of the variable. I'm going to graph -8 and 3/10 with a closed circle, because the inequality symbol says or equal to. It has a line underneath it, so I color in the circle. Now, you need to pay close attention, because this is probably one of the #1 mistakes students make when working with inequalities. Right here in this example, this arrow points in the same direction as the inequality symbol, because x is less, and I'm always graphing the variable. In this example, m is greater than or equal to. So since m is greater, and again, I'm always graphing the variable, m is a greater number, greater than -8.3. So I'm going to point to greater numbers, which are to the right. The numbers that are greater than are always going to point right. Well, my inequality symbol, though, is pointing this way, but my graph is pointing to the right. So your graph will not always point in the same direction as the inequality symbol. You always have to look to see, is my variable bigger or greater than, or is it less than? That is what determines which way your arrow points. In this case, it's greater than. In this case, the variable was less than.